The runaway bride narrative that frames your departure as failure is not merely a romantic trope, but a profound act of bodily autonomy demanding you confront the expectations buried beneath every aisle and altar. And true belonging requires not returning to the script through guilt or convenience, but integrating the weight of your own no until love becomes an act of radical self-honoring rather than performative compliance. In HOMERUNNER, Millie Perez transforms the sports romance trope into precise exploration of feminine sovereignty and post-cancellation healing, proving liberation isn't found in finding home plate. It's forged in honoring the woman who left when every cultural narrative demands she remain bride. From dugout dust and champagne narration, listeners enter worlds where athleticism is syntax and presence is the only unbreakable vow. Perfect for fans of emotionally intelligent baseball romance where female complexity defies manic pixie expectations. When jilted heiress Alara Vance flees her wedding to seek refuge with her brother's team, expecting temporary anonymity, she discovers the ballpark mirrors the exact suppression she's endured beneath years of performative femininity. And star pitcher Julian Thorne's quiet refusal to treat her as tabloid spectacle creates sanctuary, defying media frenzy. Navigating press scrums and buried attractions, Alara realizes this detour isn't about escape, but recalibration, with Perez avoiding reducing Alara to chaotic runaway or Julian to stoic athlete, instead crafting radical reciprocity within constraint, where trust is earned through honoring boundaries, even as headlines blur them. And audiobook narration amplifies this alchemy by capturing Alara's fractured composure softening into clarity, and Julian's guarded intensity revealing warmth beneath vigilance, making listeners feel seismic shifts of souls learning some runs can only be scored when you stop letting ceremonies define their validity. What elevates this beyond typical sports fare is portraying athletic intimacy as somatic practice rather than romanticized distraction, with Alara confronting how bridal culture equated worth with availability, while Julian creates space where her contradictions exist without diminishment, their relationship evolving through shared silences during batting practice, bypassing performance, rhythms protecting both professional integrity and psychological safety, and mutual defense against fans mistaking tenderness for scandal, supported by teammates encoding suppressed pressure, staff carrying intergenerational weight, and the stadium itself absorbing decades of unspoken bargains, reinforcing that in extraction-based systems, tenderness toward process is technique and presence is sustainable resource, with game strategies mirroring emotional attunement and base paths becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is immersive descent into sacred reclamation, with narrators embodying Alara and Julian with remarkable distinction, sound design anchoring existential stakes through distant crowd roars, rain against locker room doors, and hushed breaths syncing with moments of clarity, pacing mirroring inning cadence, from deliberate reflection to surging awakenings, ultimately redefining baseball romance by centering female epistemology within athletic frameworks and affirming that sometimes the most powerful act is choosing to run toward yourself, honoring whole self even in landscapes shaped by expectations.